Good evening and welcome to Zone High School Sports Week 6 right here on the Zone. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team. Andy Millay, Mary Millay, and Jerry Allen as we bring you the best in high school football action. Tonight's game is a special game for us tonight here at the Zone as we present the Halloween Bowl Trophy. As many of you who followed us throughout the years know that the final regular season game that we cover is Wheelersburg versus West, orange and black all over the field. It's usually the week of the Halloween event itself.
Right.
But tonight, due to COVID and everything else, they've backed off the season and everything, so we are doing it tonight. At least it's October. All that being said, I want to thank McDonald's for being our pregame sponsor. We love the tea and we love everything.
Wow. They apparently love McDonald's out here, too. They got real excited right there, didn't they?
Man. They were all about that sweet tea.
Well,
just
I'm
like
telling
me.
you what, sweet tea. Oh
my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, bear with us tonight.
Anyway,
I'll try.
I'm a little late on it, but I'm loving it.
That's it. That's it. We're loving it. We're loving high school sports, so we're here.
Well.
Down a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, how's that?
All right.
Okay. Well, we want to thank you all for joining us. All that being said, like I said, we love McDonald's and McDonald's sweet tea and everything on the menu. That's my pitch every week because
that's right.
I grew up with McDonald's.
Yes, you did.
You know?
Yes, you did.
All that being said, Jay, what do we got happening tonight?
Oh, my gosh. Halloween Bowl, and I love the all-black West uniform going up against the orange and the white of Wheelersburg. That's your Halloween colors.
It sure is.
You know? So we got the candy corn out there on the field playing against one another. Wheelersburg comes into this thing 4-1. Their one blemish, an overtime loss to SOC champion Waverly, if they win tonight, and they should. Runaway favorites this year. West is 3-2. They have a winning season, but we're a month short of what the end of the season would be.
We sure are.
So West with a winning record now going up against the Berg here at home.
Boom, boom. Look at that.
Off the shoulder of Sissel. And he's going to get it and bulldog his way a few yards to the 30-yard line, and this game has begun.
It sure has. You know, quickly, I want to talk about the Big Red Barn. They're right across the bridge. They are our game sponsors tonight, as they will. They are some big supporters here. Like I said, the Big Red Barn and what is a Halloween store and haunted house, or virtual haunted house. But all kinds of stuff over there. If you're looking for a Halloween costume and at an affordable price, give them a shout. We want to thank them for being our sponsor this evening.
So West offense coming out here, right hash, single back. Two receivers to the bottom of your screen. That's
there's a flag.
Mitchell Irvin at quarterback, and we have laundry on the field right off the bat. And as they figure that one out very quickly, our referee tonight, Gary Bailey, umpire Bill Melvin, line judge Jeff Berry, head linesman Tom DeCamp, back judge Mike Dillo, and the center judge is Josh Shepard, and that crew is out of Portsmouth.
All kinds of fun stuff tonight.
Mitchell gets hit hard there at the line of scrimmage. That's number 7 of the Wheelersburg Pirates, Kenny Sanderlin. Sanderlin is second in tackles for the Pirates, 28.5 tackles per game. He has an interception on the season. Big hit right there. So Mitchell Irvin, the sophomore, 5'11", 180, has done a good job this year. We watched the Senators play a couple of games this year, and very impressive at times. Handoff, Brown over the right side. He's going to pick up 3 or 4 and get taken down there. Following his blockers well, and tackled by number 23, that's Eli Swords. Swords has 2 picks on the season defensively. West running out of an I formation, pistol, a lot of spread offense. Wheelersburg will do the same. Defensively, Wheelersburg out there with their 4-2-5, and we'll talk about those starters here in a moment. And Mitchell just over the outstretched hand. That's Andrew Jones, the senior, first year playing football, 6'5", 220-pound basketball player out there, and getting better every game. That ball just over his outstretched hands, incomplete, leading the West to punt this thing out of there from the 30-yard line. That's where they began this drive.
Brandon Potter on to punt it away.
Brandon Potter will punt. Back deep for Wheelersburg.
Deep for the Pirates.
And that looks like that's Matthew Miller.
Nice punt.
Short kick.
Nice high.
Miller, I don't believe, touched it. And the Hammer's there to touch it down. Carl the Hammer Howard. We'll hear a lot about him today.
Carl Howard downs it at the 32-yard line.
Wheelersburg offense, as it takes the field, the thing that you're going to notice is a whole lot of names aren't there. We'll talk about a lot of their key losses as the game goes on, but at quarterback, senior Jake Gregg, number 6. It's his first year starting for Wheelersburg. He's from Ashland. Played at Ashland last year. He hands off to number 2, Derek Lattimore. He's going nowhere. Lattimore will get brought down deep into the backfield. That's going to be a loss of about 6. Big play, 1st and 10 by the Senators.
Ryan Sissel on the stop. With Ashton Kleiber.
So Sissel and Kleiber on the tackle. Lattimore with a big loss there. Wheelersburg passes the ball as much as they run, depending on what defenses give them, as now Miller goes in motion. Gregg rolls to his right. He gets outside the end and out of bounds right at the 30-yard line.
Getting close back to the line of scrimmage.
The original line of scrimmage, yes. So it looks like that's going to move it to about 3rd and, well, he stepped out early. They're saying he stepped out about the 25. So
really?
No gain there as Gregg tries to stretch the sideline. Jake Gregg's done a good job for him this year. Through 3 games, he had more touchdowns than incompletions. And a nice completion right there as he stretches the field, gets the ball to nearly the 40-yard line. We'll see where that spot is. And 32 is your receiver, Caleb Arthur.
First down, Pirates.
Arthur is a sophomore. 2 receivers bottom side. They're going to hand left side. That's going to be Lattimore. Or no, 23, Eli Swords. Very quick off tackle. And now 2nd and 1. And as late as the Senators were with that very first play, now all of a sudden they're starting to get a little deflated as Wheelersburg starts to get some steam. Gregg, left side, cuts it back. He gets hit hard, but he will get the first down. Pickup of a couple.
Tackle by Luke Bradford and the red E-step.
Bradford and E-step defensively with the stop. Offensively, Jake Gregg, Derek Lattimore. Other running backs that will get some touches, Case Dyer and Carson Williams. As Gregg throws to the right side, I believe that ball was tipped at the line of scrimmage by the defensive end over there. That's going to fall incomplete.
Intended for Clark.
Offensive line, starting at center, Chase Conley. Your guards, Blake Richardson, Cameron Griffey. At tackles, Jay Holsinger and Will Whitley. Tight end is Gage Atkins. Caleb Arthur will play that position as well. And look for wide receiver. Oh, almost picked as number 63, Eli Tilley, jumps up there, tries to high point that as a defensive lineman, and almost comes away with it.
That was close.
Big play there, because I tell you what, there was a lot of green behind Tilley. Little screen over the middle. Matthew Miller, the senior, Josh Clark, a junior, and Ian Fannin will play the wideout positions for Wheelersburg. And now 3rd and long. Pass, what a perfect throw there, right where it had to be.
Oh.
And Matthew Miller's going to go in for the score.
Well, he walked it in easy, didn't he?
So from 30 yards out, the Wheelersburg Pirates are on the board first with 8:35 to go in this first quarter.
That's huge.
Braxton Salmon's on for the extra point.
And the kick will be good as Braxton Salmons, third team All-Ohio last year, puts it through. He's not missed an extra point this year, now 29 for 29.
So that makes the score on the board 7-0 as the Pirates take the lead. We'll take a break and we'll be right back after this.
Desco. We believe loans to small businesses result in stronger communities. We believe the experience and ability to make local decisions awards you the home field advantage. We believe quick decisions and straightforward answers are what you need to get started. At Desco, we have terms to fit your business. Desco Federal Credit Union. We make business loans.
Welcome back to Halloween Bowl 2020. It's been a scary year, and this is a scary night for both teams as it's an SOC game. I want to thank the Big Red Barn Halloween Store and Haunted House as they are our sponsor for tonight's game. So a big shout out to them. They're right across the Grant Bridge up on the hill. If you need anything Halloween, go on over and check it out.
Braxton Salmons, mentioned before the break, third team All-Ohio last year. Last year, 42 of 44 extra point attempts, and he made 6 field goals. Is long from 45, but there a little errant as he kicks the ball out of bounds just inside the 5-yard line. Brandon Weedman Anderson, good head on his shoulders there, lets it go out of bounds.
First and 10, Senators, 35-yard line.
So the sophomore Mitchell Irwin steps back up to the plate, down now 7-0. 8:35 to begin this second possession. Pass out there to the tight end. Ashley split this time. That's 88, Andrew Jones. Big target. Talked to Coach Todd Gilliland a little bit before the game, and he was talking about how that young man is just improving game after game. And that's another one of the unfortunate ends to having an abbreviated season. That's 4 games that this young man's not going to get to play. He's a senior. It's his last opportunity. And he was getting better. And with his size and frame, that's a kid that could go play next level.
You're absolutely right.
Not to say that he won't. And now pass downfield, and that's going to be picked. That was just a jump ball up in the air, and they're going to say Wheelersburg's got it. So interception by Josh Clark, the junior. That went up, and you had 4 sets of hands with an opportunity to come down with that, and all of a sudden it just becomes a jump ball. Josh Clark comes down with it. So now with a 7-0 lead, Wheelersburg will take over right there at the 31-yard line. Talking about Wheelersburg's offense, look at number 72. He's the guy to watch there as they run over the right side. Blake Richardson, he's a senior, 6'3", 270 pounds. That's a lot of him, but is 25 pounds less than he had on that frame last year.
Wow.
As a sophomore, he went up and won the state championship in the deadlift and the squat unlimited weight division and knocked down out there in the flats. Good job out there by Hunter Brown knocking that down.
Knocked down by Ashton Kleiber.
Now, last year that competition was canceled, but he's since lost 25 pounds since his sophomore year, and he's actually getting some reps in the backfield So if you see short yardage like the old refrigerator Perry, Blake Richardson will come on and run. Big hit right there at the tail end of that play. And who is that brought him down?
Number 9.
Number 9 for the Senators.
Tackled by Luke Bradford.
Luke Bradford on the stop, the 6'2 senior. So now 3rd and long again, and now we've got flags on the play. That's going to back him up even further.
I don't know why they're happy with that thing tonight.
They're gonna hit that horn a lot. At least they hope to.
I'm telling you.
Against the visiting Wheelersburg Pirates. You know, Wheelersburg, this is a team that's defeated West by multiple touchdowns the past few years.
Yeah.
So the Senators would love to return the favor this season.
They sure would.
Greg back to pass, steps up in that pocket. He's going to get sacked. And we have a flag thrown in there, so there's going to be a holding call as well.
I can't believe we didn't get a horn.
I can't either. So Eli Tilley's going to get the sack, and I'm sure they'll.
Okay.
They're going to wave that off. It might bring some wire cutters.
I'm telling you.
They're right here.
Well, that's an air horn. All we got to do is unhook the coupling. Knife.
That's a thought.
I mean, you don't even need.
You talk about making them angry.
Yeah, I'm telling you. I'm telling you, sure would.
All right, so 4th and a whole bunch, and Wheelersburg doing something they're not used to doing, punting, as Braxton Salmons also punts. He'll send that downfield.
High kick. Is that fair caught about the 45, 44?
Looks like that's where they're going to spot that. Long snapper for Wheelersburg, Hunter Thomas. He's a junior. The holder when they score and kick extra points is Casey Doer. He's a junior. Braxton Salmons is the kicker. He's a junior. These 3 kids have been doing this since they were in the 7th grade. Always the snapper, the holder, and the kicker.
Really?
And the coaches call them snap, crackle, pop.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because one of them snaps it, the other one pops it through. I guess the spotter is the crackle.
Must be. Oh, man.
So, yeah, pretty cool. Irwin left side, off tackle, nothing there. Very short game. Hunter Brown just ran into a wall.
Yeah, he did.
Offensively for the West Senators, quarterback Mitchell Irwin, the sophomore. Hunter Brown, we've mentioned him several times. He'll carry the load most of the time tonight. At fullback, Ryan Sissel, 186 pounds. Wingback Jeffrey Bishop, probably their best wide receiver actually out here, and he's only a freshman. This kid's going to be a stud by the time he's a senior. The other wide receiver, Luke Bradford, been out here for a long time as a starter. As now Irwin throws back over left side, gets hit from behind, and they're going to say that it was complete.
Yeah.
Okay. As the Pirates tried to claim that it was incomplete, but that was Bishop who brought that down.
It's a game of catch the horn.
I'm telling you what. Andrew Jones, we've mentioned, the large senior basketball player out there. Starting at tackles, Trenton Fike and Wyatt Wegerst. Guards Luke Roten and Eli Tilley. And at center, Gabe Myers. Direct snap to the motion man. And we've got a flag. As Gary Bailey says, we got a false start there. Got a couple of old varsity football coaches there in Gary Bailey.
That was going to be a nice play.
Yeah, and Jeff Berry.
Well, that takes away some of the yardage they gained.
Absolutely. On the defensive side, in that 4-2-5, defensive end, Will Whitley and Ethan Eisen. Blake Richardson plays on the defensive side as well, a tackle with Joden Blackburn. Linebackers are Carson Williams and Kenny Sanderlin. As Mitchell Irwin throws left,
Oh.
and that's going to be picked off as well.
Sure
No.
was.
Hits him in the chest and hits the turf, so
did it?
incomplete. Looked like he had a pretty good beat on
It
that,
sure
didn't
did. He dove. Looked like he had it for a second.
he? Playing the Pirate position for the Pirates, number 20, Gage Atkins. Gage Atkins been invited to play in the Blue-Gray All-American Bowl at Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's
That
big
is.
doings right there.
Sure is.
Matthew Miller plays the safety along with Eli Swords, and Ian Fannin and Josh Clark, who just had the pick, are the corners for the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Snap. There's the punt. Long punt all the way back to the 20.
Big hit right there at the 30-yard line as he's chopped it down.
Miller with the reception. Brought down by Ashton Kleiber.
Kleiber with the big hit.
All right, we're back.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to remind
I think I interrupted you a couple of times with some lead-ins there.
Oh,
Who are we talking about this evening?
Oh, I was just going to say, I want to mention some of the sponsors
Let's
on
do
tonig's
that.
ball game. I want to talk about the Haunted Asylum here over in Kentucky, in Greenup.
Greenup? Yep.
Also
Spooky.
want to thank them for tonight, as well as Cottle Trailer Sales out there in Wheelersburg, and Supreme Pest Control here in Portsmouth, as they are sponsors on tonight's ball game. Want to thank Tires R Us here on the west side, as well as Weaver's Gas and Oil, the Thompson Petroleum Company. Big thanks out to them. Also want to thank Games Pharmacy here on the west side as they join us tonight. Barber's Auto Parts, multiple locations throughout the area. Quality Heating and Air. And I want to thank AJ's Auto Sales with Arky and the gang out here on the west side. And then tonight's ball game sponsor is the Big Red Halloween Barn Store and Haunted House. Big thanks to them for coming on to sponsor tonight's Halloween Bowl 2020. We'll announce more sponsors throughout the evening. We'll try not to clog it up too bad, but we've got a lot of people sponsoring on tonight's game, so please bear with us.
Yeah, absolutely. You certainly want to give them their due as they support these kids out here on
They sure
a
do.
Friday night. And next week on a Saturday night,
That's right.
the playoffs begin.
I know.
Playoffs?
So crazy, man.
Talking playoffs?
I know.
Yeah.
Usually we're freezing our butts off by the time playoff starts.
I know. It's crazy.
Yeah. At least
As
now-
Matthew Miller with the completion there on the left side there, after the loss on first down. And now Lattimore trying to get over there. Yeah, and they just held him up and said, you know,
like he had an anchor on his leg.
yeah, like a wishbone that's like, make a wish.
That's
you know?
it. That's it.
West does a good job against the run in talking to Coach Ben Johnson. 3-2 this year, 2-2 in the SOC. He said, you know, I think our best ability has proven to be our run defense. Teams don't typically run real well against us.
Really.
Yeah, so they've done a good job of showing that today.
They are really doing a great job of that.
They've had quite a few plays already with negative yardage. Low punt, and he's going to field it right there. Daring.
Wow.
And Kenny makes some positive yardage out of it. No, as he gets strung out to the right side of the field,
He got
about the 22.
He got about 8 yards going west.
He did. Yeah, he covered some ground.
He did.
Yes, he did.
I was kind of surprised to see him take off.
Well, that was, like I say, that was kind of daring.
Mm-hmm. Well, it looks like we have a battle of the punts right now.
Yeah, you know, Wheelersburg looked real good taking that drive down the field, and West just needs to muster up some offense against this very stout Wheelersburg
Yes.
defense.
You're absolutely right. But you know what? I mean, honestly, look at it. West is holding their own.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, it's only a one-touchdown game right now.
Yep.
First and 10, Senators.
So single back now behind Mitchell Irwin. That's Hunter Brown. They will pass. And
Is it just me, or
incomplete.
I think passing for the Senators is a bad idea.
Well, it's,
I mean, this hasn't worked out well in their favor up to this point in the ball game.
yeah, I understand what you're saying, and that makes a lot of sense. However, when you look at the two rosters, there's one thing that really stands out. Wheelersburg to a man is about 40 pounds heavier.
Okay.
I mean, their offense, if you look at West's offensive line, and let's just do that, 5'10", 200, we got 261, 200, 198, and 230. That's pretty good. You're averaging about 210 across the line.
Well,
Believe it or not, Wheelersburg's much bigger than that. And so, yeah, running there, he could get loose. That's Hunter Brown.
He is making some waves.
Down the left side to the 35-yard line.
Huge gain for the Man, I can feel that horn in my chest. Huge gain for the Senators, man. Huge.
The hammer in my ear is still tripping.
I tell you.
So we were talking about size and all of that kind of thing. Coach Johnson said that they run the ball very, very well, and they're going to run the ball to set up the pass.
Yep.
And that kind of worked opposite there. They passed to set up the run.
Yeah.
And now with motion.
Here we go, coming around the
to
side.
The freshman. He finds the slot and kind of stops trying to get that defender to go past, and defender just did a really good job. That's 26, I believe.
You know, these guys are trying to get there and get some footwork in and throw these guys off, and it's just not working.
That's not going to work against the likes of Carson Williams. He's done this a time or two. 34 tackles on the season. He leads the Pirates in stops.
I'm surprised at how well the Senators are clogging up the Pirates.
Yeah, they're doing a good job in mixing up the run pass, keeping Wheelersburg honest. That's going to make a lot of hay for them, I believe. Brown behind Mitchell Irwin. And he's going to get shook out of the pocket. Going to throw, dangerous pass, falls incomplete as he tries to find, that's number 9 out there, Luke Bradford.
Who was that? The receiver? Intended receiver?
19, I believe.
Was that Luke Bradford?
9, not 19. Bradford. That's right. I said it right.
Okay.
It was Bradford. Yeah, Bradford is senior.
Apparently, he was the intended receiver.
Apparently, he was. Did I say that? Did I say apparently?
No. Bradford Paris.
Oh. Oh, man. That sounds like something I'd say, which means I respect that.
There we go.
Very nice.
As Andy rubs his head.
It's like, man, I got 2 of them up there.
I'm telling you.
Help me.
What happens when you get over 50?
You'll get there someday.
I know.
Hunter Brown goes over the left side. He's going to pick up a couple, but he's a couple short. 4th and now 2.
That's huge.
Big play for the Senators here.
Be nice to see them pull through and continue this drive.
Well, I'm curious to see what they do here. They're going to spread the field, and let's see what the defense gives them. Wheelersburg 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers. And we got to stop in action there.
I think there's somebody's Sonic Cup on the field. Somebody had a slushie out there.
They make a good shake.
Yeah, Senators are taking a timeout, so while they do that, we will too, and we'll be right back.
Has your life or the life of someone you love been impacted by mental health or substance abuse problems? If so, there's treatment available here in the Portsmouth area. Hope Source provides quality treatment by highly trained, compassionate professionals. We are committed to helping people and their families live complete, meaningful, and happy lives. Find us on Facebook or on our website, hopesourcetreatment.com, or call us at 740-353-HOPE.
Welcome back to the 2020 Halloween Bowl. I had to hear the announcer talking about it. As what are you pointing down? Yeah, I hear him talking about it. They're talking about the presentation of the Halloween Bowl trophy tonight, as this is Halloween Bowl 2020. Week 6 high school football here on the Zone.
4th and 2. They try to stretch play, and he didn't get there. He didn't get there.
So close, too.
Had a cut back, and Brown tried to stretch that ball out there. He had to get to the line to gain, and he's a full yard short.
Man, he didn't miss it by much.
Well, that's a shame because they were looking good.
They were.
Pushing that drive down the field. So Wheelersburg getting the ball back, and West now put into a position of needing to get another big stop. Thing about Wheelersburg, we talked earlier a little bit about how they have a lot of new names. And let's talk about some of the names that aren't there. Let's see if you remember some of these players.
Let's do it.
Evan Horsley.
Oh, yeah. Evan.
Yeah.
Big powerhouse player.
Yeah, third-team All-Ohio quarterback. Mikaya Matthews,
well,
first team.
Was quarterback up to his senior year. And
yeah.
He went to special teams.
Yeah.
I mean.
Got a run over the right side there. Mikaya Matthews was first-team All-Ohio last year. Ran for over 1,000 yards last season with 15 touchdowns, and currently plays for the University of Findlay. What is the University of Findlay's mascot?
Oh, man, the University of Findlay.
Findlay.
Codfish.
Codfish. I thought maybe you'd say the Bradford Pears.
No, not the Bradford Pears.
No, they're actually the Oilers.
Really?
The Findlay Oilers.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wonder why.
I don't know.
Oh, look at there.
So a little bubble pass out there to the right side. Fooled no one.
Wrapped him in the backfield.
Yeah. Another big hit out there.
I'm gonna give you a number from last year on the Wheelersburg roster. You probably don't remember it.
Okay.
Number 57, special teams.
Yeah.
Logan Clifford.
Okay.
Played all 4 years.
Yeah.
Was just one of the players.
Oh, yeah.
But I remember him. He's a Marine Corps guy now, stationed down in New River Air Station Base down in Jacksonville, North Carolina.
Well, that's awesome.
But since we're tripping down memory lane, I'm just grabbing
Throw them out there. I mean, they had 20-some seniors last year, and they're all out doing something.
Tons.
So as we're at the break, are we going to go to break? Or do you want to stay?
No, Andy says we're going
Andy
to stay.
says we want to stay.
Yeah, he says let's keep going.
We'll chit-chat.
Well, here we are, 2020 Halloween Bowl.
Yeah.
Big sponsor tonight is the Big Red Barn Halloween Store and Haunted House. Also want to thank tonight's trophy sponsor, the UPS Store. Big shout out to Aaron Schmidt at the gang down there at the UPS Store here in Portsmouth. Anything packed, shipped, moved around the country, talk to them. They will pack it up and move it.
They'll send you packing.
They will. They'll send you packing. Some other sponsors in tonight's ball game. We want to thank All Seasons Heating and Air, as well as Kogan's Competition Engines. Want to thank the Riverside Cafe. They're in Portsmouth. They have awesome breakfast.
Do they?
Oh, my gosh. They have some of the best breakfast you're ever going to get down there at Riverside Cafe. Blackburn's Pharmacy. Also want to thank Barber's Auto Parts, multiple locations around the county. Field of Dreams Collectible Store. They're in Wheelersburg. Also want to thank a new one tonight, Adam's Flying Pig Coffee Shop. They're in Wheelersburg.
Ran out of bounds by Ryan Sissel.
Sorry, Sissel ran Greg out of bounds there and hit him just a little bit late, so they're going to get flagged, and that's going to move the sticks for the Pirates.
You hear me talking about Adam's Flying Pig Coffee Shop there in Wheelersburg? That's quite a name, isn't it?
I've heard of them. I hear their coffee is excellent,
It
and
is.
they have a lot of choices.
They actually do. They've got tons of choices. I just like the name. It's interesting,
I think Jackie Hickman, a teacher with her, was telling me about them the other day.
Really?
She was giving them a plug.
Well, excellent. I also want to thank Ryan Salmon's State Farm Agency there in Wheelersburg. Big thanks to them. I want to thank Weaver's Gas and Oil out here on the west side.
Long-time supporters.
Long time, as well as Quality Heating and Air. And Roger Hibbing Construction Company out here. And then in Wheelersburg, I want to thank Paul's Auto Parts.
So just off the hands of the receiver there on the left side. That's Eli Swords stretching the field. Wee man Anderson, not so wee on that play.
No.
Playing tall. Second and 10. West defense. Defensive ends, Luke Roten and Eli Tilley. Inside a defensive tackle as the Pirates finally run the ball. They haven't run a whole lot today.
They have not.
Rhett Estep and Carl the Hammer Howard has been moved inside.
I love that.
Yeah.
Carl the Hammer Howard.
That's right. Outside linebackers Hunter Brown and Ashton Kleiber. Kleiber already in the running for the big hit of the game. Inside linebackers Ryan Sissel and Brandon Potter. Your corners, Brandon Anderson, wee man out there, and Luke Bradford. And then your free safety, the freshman, Jeffrey Bishop. And that pass is going to be at the shoe tops, incomplete, and they will punt it out of there. This Wheelersburg offense just doesn't seem to be clicking tonight, and I don't know if that's just a shortened season, a whole lot of new faces, or West defense. Maybe a combination of the three.
Well, technically, we've pretty much cycled the majority of the experience from the state championship team out by now, haven't we?
Yes.
Yeah. So I mean, this is a whole crew with new experiences.
Big stop right there as Wheelersburg tries to go for it on 4th down. The snap, the run, and the stop.
I got to say, that was gutsy.
That was, and I can't believe the going off.
Yes, going off.
And there it is.
That was gutsy out of the Pirates. I'm really surprised.
Huge play. I don't know who it was that submarined in there, but big stop. And I'm surprised Wheelersburg went for that. Now, if West can make something materialize
if they can capitalize on this, buddy, this makes it a real ball game.
And I was talking to a couple of players before this game, and they seemed very confident. They were just like, and one in particular told me that, last year and the year before, I just didn't feel it. I didn't think we had a chance. I was afraid they were just too good. He said, you know what, tonight, I think we got it. I think we can do this.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. I'm glad the Halloween Bowl will bring that competition out.
Right?
10:50 left to go in this first half, as it's a one-score ball game.
Yep.
I mean, honestly, we're not used to seeing this with the Berg team.
Well, and there again, they lost so much talent. I was talking about Mikaya Matthews. Also off that team, Hunter Ruby is playing at Taylor University. Brady Warner was honorable mention All-State, first team academic All-State. Gavin Welch was also first team academic and second team All-Ohio. And a stop again up there in the middle. Corey Maxey is playing at the Georgia Prep Academy now.
Corey Maxey, there's a name we haven't heard in a while.
Yeah. L.J. Payton is playing at Ohio Northern. And they lost their entire offensive line with the exception of Blake Richardson.
Really?
So pretty much up front, they were starting over. So a lot of new faces out there.
Well, I tell you what, I am so impressed with this Senators team tonight.
Yep, they're stepping up. And like Coach said, they're very good against the run. They've shown that today.
Oh!
And there's the catch.
Yes!
That's the tight end we talked about earlier.
Man!
Andrew Jones with the big catch.
Big play.
Pinpoint accuracy there from the quarterback.
That sure was.
Irwin hit him in stride and really pushed the sticks that time.
Yeah, what is that, almost to the 25?
Yeah, so they got like, what, a 25, 30-yard reception there.
Yeah.
And now with the Pirates' backs to the wall, West feeling pretty good about their fortunes.
Handoff
Motion.
Coming around.
And they're not going to get anything there. Wheelersburg has a big stick. 23 for the Pirates. Eli Swords cleans it up.
Tackled by Casey Dorr
Got a loss of about 4 yards there.
and Eli Swords.
But still, huge gain on that last play.
Tell you what, Swords strong.
Yeah.
I mean, Wheelersburg just in general, they're a very strong football team. If anybody that wants to know anything about Berg football, go to bergfootball.com. And they have all of the records, weight room, statistical, otherwise, where these kids are going to college. It's a great website. Find all kinds of information there. Mitchell Irwin, now he's going to throw to the man who was just previously blocking for him. And I'll tell you what, Fran Tarkenton back in the day used to get by with that. Mitchell Irwin tonight did not.
That was another loss of about 4 yards
Yeah.
for the Senators, but that's
So,
okay.
I tell you what, at this point now, it looks as though they're squandering a big opportunity that they were given with that pass reception.
Well, that's the second huge opportunity they've gotten tonight.
Now 3rd and 19.
But they keep holding Wheelersburg.
They're going in the wrong direction. Well, defensively, I mean, they have been good, very good. And Wheelersburg looks like their timing has just been off a little bit. Hunter Brown set, but you got to think they're throwing this ball. They fake to him. Irwin's going to throw left, and they're going to throw a back pass to Hunter Brown. He was going to pick up about 9 yards there, but not able to reel that one in.
Yeah, he was going to put him all the way back to the line of scrimmage.
Yep. And so they're not close enough to attempt a field goal from here. I don't believe that would be a pretty long one.
It would. A few more sponsors on tonight's ball game. Let's thank the Buckeye Dairy Bar out here on the west side, as well as Tri-State Cell Phone Repair. Also want to thank Menix Oil there in Wheelersburg. Tires R Us out here on the west side. Want to thank Coleman Lawn and Garden, big supporters of West Side Sports. There's the punt.
Brandon Potter's punt.
Well, I tell you what, I like that by Matthew Miller. He went running to the right side, and if you're on a punt team, you don't know where the ball is.
Yeah.
You know, and especially if there's a lot of field noise, your punter should tell you left, right, or center, but you might not be able to hear him. So on the field, Matthew Miller ran to the right side. Well, the ball went down the middle. Well, all the punt defenders now went towards Miller.
Right.
And didn't know the ball was going to go in the end zone. They could have got that inside the 5 easily had they known the location of the punt.
They sure could have.
So good job there, Matthew Miller, kind of faking him out. Jake Gregg again from Ashland, played last year for Paul Blazer High School.
On the carry, flag on the play.
They'll start this next possession. This is like their 4th one now. And we've got an illegal shift on Wheelersburg, so they're going to back up. Gary Bailey picks up his flag. That was uncalled for.
That was totally uncalled for.
That was unnecessary.
A few more sponsors. We want to thank Daler's Funeral Home there in Portsmouth, as well as Minix Giovanni's #1 out here on the west side. Some of the best food you're ever going to get at Minix Giovanni's. He's in trouble.
Greg on the carry.
So Greg's going to just carry the ball out of bounds there. And, you know, I was
Pushed out of bounds by Ryan.
looking downfield as the West Senators defended, and they did a really good job of staying with their man. And Wheelersburg did a good job of trying to get away as the quarterback rushed outside, get away from the defender as they step up. Well, those defenders stepped up and also kept an eye of where the receivers were. They didn't leave any glaring openings there.
That's true.
So they did a good job there defensively.
Yeah, they run him right out, didn't they?
So 2nd now and a whole bunch. We're going to say 15. Greg's now going to roll to his left. Quick pass, and did I see the ball fly up in the air? I
It's
believe
no
I
good.
did. So incomplete there. Wheelersburg on that first drive, boy, they just looked like they were unstoppable.
They did.
And
They just
since
walking
then,
it
they're
down.
not productive at all.
No, not at all. Not at all. 3rd and 16.
Yep.
Reach with Hunter Brown.
That pass just off the mark again, a little low. Hunter Brown out there with the coverage. And now big wide side of the field over there, single receiver. Greg come back to pass. He's going to pass over the middle. Open receiver, and he's going to have the first down.
Nice dodge.
Now to the right side, and he could go all the way. Can the black jerseys catch him?
And he can.
And they're able to corral him down at the 10-yard line.
Is that 27? Is that 27?
Yes. That's Brandon Anderson with the takedown, but Matthew Miller, the seasoned veteran, the senior who's played a lot of ball games here with the Pirate uniform, with a big, big reception from Greg.
Well, that was something the Pirates needed, and something the Senators did not.
Absolutely. 70 yards on that reception approximately. And now, just like that, the Wheelersburg Pirates are in scoring position.
Oh,
Handoff up the middle, and we talked about that. That West run defense is still tough to run against them.
they sure are.
Luke Roten, Eli Tilley, your defensive ends joined in on that stop.
A few more sponsors on tonight's ball game. We want to thank Spare Time Bowling Alley up in Ironton as they join us tonight, as well as Larry Moore's Sporting Goods, Harris Floor Covering. Also want to thank Money Concept downtown, Hammer Melcher Funeral Home. Big thanks out to them. Also thanking Be Gone Pest Control, big supporters of Wheelersburg, and Mod Spots, as well as Minix Giovanni's number 2.
Well, they're going to take a break.
Okay, so we'll take a break as well, and we'll be right back after this.
Portsmouth Cinemas.
Sights, sounds, and smells, we give you all the feels you need for a fun time on the town. Want to enjoy a 3D movie or even throw a party? The Portsmouth Cinema is here for you. Looking for unbeatable deals on concessions? We got you. Need an affordable night out to relax with a movie? Super Tuesday to the rescue. We are always updating to give you the best experience possible. Visit us online at republictheaters.com or Facebook for showtimes. Portsmouth Cinema. When you've got the time, we've got the popcorn, the candy, the drinks, and the best movies around.
And we're back to the Halloween Bowl 2020. Our major sponsor tonight is the Big Red Barn Halloween Store and Haunted House, as they bring you all of the fun and action of the Halloween Bowl.
Greg's going to hand the ball off up the middle. This time, Wheelersburg getting a few yards there. Just inside the sticks now, but it's going to be a 3rd and 10 to go. And it is not goal to go.
No, not yet.
They can get a first down without breaking the plate.
3rd and 10.
Again, West very good against the run. They have proven that tonight. Let's see if Wheelersburg goes to the air now. That sword set to the right of Greg. He's going to hand the swords up the middle.
That was a fast stop.
Yeah, I mean, that defensive end came off the edge there, and nobody touched him.
No.
That's number 63, Eli Tilley.
I mean, honestly, if he'd have been any faster, he would have been the guy handed off to.
Yeah, I'm telling you what, it's like he knew what the play was.
Yeah, yeah.
And he got there about the time Swords actually received the ball from Greg.
So 4th and 10, and the Pirates are going to kick this.
They're going to kick a field goal. Braxton Salmons, he's 6 of 9 last year from field goal range. And that one is going to be good.
There we go.
So from the 20-yard line, make that a 30-yard field goal as the Wheelersburg Pirates go ahead 10-0.
Well, we'll take a quick break, and we'll come right back after this.
There we go.
Library isn't just a source for books anymore. We are activities. We are local history and genealogy. We are entertainment. We are DVDs and books on CD. We are online. We are education. We are mobile. We are everywhere. We are still books and reading. We are here for our community. We are here for you.
We are the Portsmouth Public Library.
I love the library.
And we're back. Halloween Bowl 2020 here on the Zone. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team as we bring you all the action. Score on the board is 10-0 as the Pirates lead, but it is one heck of a ball game. Still
sure
anybody's ball game. Beautiful kick.
All right, so hit by a half a dozen or so Pirates back there.
Mm-hmm.
Eli Jones on the stop.
A band of Pirates.
Yes, indeed. Eli Jones is given the credit for the stop by our PA guy. So I will concur. But there was 5 or 6 other guys involved.
Yeah, there was.
Yeah.
It was a band of Pirates.
Yes, it was.
And what do we see, a Congress of Senators?
I think that's what we said, yes. Yes. So Mitchell Irwin now starting this possession. Motion left side.
He's looking.
That receiver's not there. Luke Bradford, he spies. But that ball is just down and away.
Well, these Pirates are just diving in front, aren't they?
Incomplete, yeah.
Got to give them the kudos on that.
Well, they're trying to get the gold.
Arr. You know, we didn't even mention that we're out here at the Rock, did we?
We have not talked about the Rock.
Usually we talk about the Rock. You know.
And notice that our veteran guys over there are sitting in their cars this evening watching the game.
Yep. Yeah, I'm loving the group sitting outside the stadium. Reminds me of Portsmouth with the Levy
up on the
Lizards.
flood wall. Yeah. Second now and 10. Again, motion. This time they're going to whistle this one dead as the runner there.
False start on the Senators.
Yeah, it looked like the runner had some space too, so movement up front. That's going to put a stop to that.
I want to thank our camera people tonight, Jerry Allen and Mary Millay, as they do a great job for us each week when we come out here. We kind of acknowledge the people behind the cameras.
Absolutely.
4:42 left to go in this first half. As we said, 10-0 as the Pirates lead. And the Senators are trying to make something happen.
Intercepted. That ball just well short. And big hit there out of bounds. Wow, it really spilled him out there.
Yeah, it did.
Brandon Anderson on the stop, but intercepted there. And that was number what? That got the pick.
Oh, they're standing over him, Jay.
Okay.
Apparently he's gotten injured there.
That was a big hit. Sent him airborne. Got him
sure did.
Yeah, below the waist. And that usually spills you out. And so he's that's
12.
Matthew Miller, and that's a Pirate that this team really cannot afford to lose. Not just this week, but the coming weeks. We talked about him earlier. He's a senior. He's been playing now for 2 or 3 years with quite a lot of playing time for the Pirates.
Yeah.
And so we're hoping that he's okay. Looks like he's going to limp a little bit there, but he's going to go off on his own power, and now he's running off the field. So we're going to see more of Mr. Miller later.
I think so. You know, I was just saying before that interception happened that the Senators were trying to make something happen.
Yeah.
But I don't think they were trying to make it happen for the Pirates.
They did make it happen, though.
They did.
And now with 4:33 to go, what was a very tight game that could go either way could be a 3-possession game.
Yeah.
That West might have a difficult time getting back to. Greg at the quarterback position. We'll take that snap. He's going to keep it this time. Go straight up the middle. Pick up a few. He'll get to the 5. And it is goal to goal. And now we're going to have a flag. That's the back judge from behind the play and well after the play. So this could be some conduct. We'll see what the call is. These teams are not fans of one another.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yep. So
there's been a lot of
there could be comments made.
A lot of competitiveness over the years.
So the personal foul is actually going to go against Wheelersburg, and I tell you what, that's just something you don't see. A disciplinary situation with a Pirate.
Yeah.
But that ship's going to back into the harbor a little bit, and that makes that goal line a little bit further away, don't it?
Sure does.
Yeah.
Sure does. 2nd and 7 turns into 2nd and a lot.
Yeah. So they're going to be running from about the 20-yard line. That opens the field up a little bit, but 3 opportunities now.
Why are there no more sticks out there?
It's goal to go, and that pass behind the receiver. That's going to fall incomplete. 3rd down now.
Did you say goal to go?
Yes.
I'm confused.
Broken up by Brandon Potts.
They moved the ball inside the 10-yard line, so there's no 10 yards to gain.
No, it went back to the 21-yard line.
That was due to the penalty.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's still goal to go.
Oh, okay, I
They
got
just
you
had
now.
the penalty.
Gotcha,
15 yards.
Gotcha. I see what you're
But they
saying.
started from the 5.
I wasn't
So
paying
now
attention.
Greg rolling out to the left. He's going to throw. Also incomplete there. And no flags on that play as he gets hit again by Tilly. Tilly having a heck of a game out there from his defensive end position.
Well, what do you bet that the Pirates are going to kick it?
Well, yeah, they've got Braxton Salmons, who's certainly capable of putting this thing through.
Well, that's the safe move, don't you think?
Well, this would be a lengthy one.
Mm-hmm.
So from the 28-yard line, 38-yard field goal is Braxton Salmons, the right-footed kicker. Snap, crackle, pop. Let's see if he can pop it through those uprights. And very good-looking kick. And no doubt about that one as he splits the uprights with about 5 yards to go.
He sure did.
So
that makes it 13-0.
13-0. Nice kick there by Braxton Salmons.
And we'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Everything your customers see tells a story. Let the UPS store help you tell the right one. We do printing, packing, notarizing, faxing, shredding, binding, consulting, creating, designing, returning, mailboxing, and of course, shipping. Together, there's nothing we can't solve. Stop by our locally owned and operated UPS store on 11th Street in Portsmouth today to see how we can help you with everything your small business needs.
And we're back, 3:58 on the clock left in this first half as the Pirates lead the Senators 13-0 in this SOC match. Big night here, Halloween 2020, Halloween Bowl.
Salmons with the 38-yard field goal to push it to 13-0 as West loses the handle. And are they able to retain possession? It looks like, again, number 27 for the West Senators. We've talked about him a lot today. 5'7", 130 pounds. Wee man Brandon Anderson on the spot.
Well, they just about lost that.
That young man's
kickoff.
everywhere. He
is.
makes up for that height.
He does
in a lot of ways.
Oh, he's zippy.
Yeah. Some kids just have the instinct to be where you need to be.
You remember Garrett Hurd?
Oh yeah.
Garrett Hurd was like that.
Yeah.
I think.
Yep. Some kids just have that. It's natural.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Brandon Anderson, quite the athlete. Luke Bradford looking at his play sheet as he gets out here to the bottom of your screen. Split out. Mitchell Irwin rolling, throwing, and just over the outstretched hands of number 18, and that's Jeffrey Bishop, the freshman. Bishop, a budding star out here, starting as a freshman. He started since week 1. It's not due to injury. It's due to his skills. This young man can play. Not a lot of teams, even the small schools, have a lot of freshmen playing. That's a tough gig.
Yeah. I heard Sodaville is kind of out of commission now. Did you hear that?
No.
I guess they're not playing tonight. One of the team members tested positive.
Okay.
And they've had to cancel tonight's game and first week of playoffs.
Ah. Had that kid been around Donald Trump?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Somebody had.
Yeah. I was surprised to hear that President Trump apparently has tested positive with the COVID. So certainly our thoughts are with him. You know, whether you're for or against that party or that president, he is our president. So hope he gets better real soon.
You just hate for anybody to get sick.
Absolutely. Motion to the bottom of your screen. Irwin rolling out to his left.
Right
again,
to his hands.
over the outstretched hands of Jeffrey Bishop.
Casey Dorr in coverage.
3:07 now remaining here in the second quarter, and this game has been better than some might have thought. You look at Wheelersburg, This year they defeated Chillicothe on the road 31-0. Chillicothe, a big school. Then they defeated Memphis by 2 touchdowns, who in turn defeated West 35-14.
Yeah.
You know, so that would lead you to believe that Wheelersburg wouldn't have too much of a trouble tonight. But the Senators hanging tight. Very short punt there, but it's going to get a roll. Going to bounce down to the 43-yard line. That's where the Pirates will take over there with 2:58 to go in this first half.
A lot of punts tonight, Jay.
Yeah. Again, looking at that scoring, Oak Hill, Wheelersburg defeated 52-7. A lot of points there on the road, and then they lost. And you don't hear about Wheelersburg losing a lot of games in the regular season unless it's a school up in Columbus or something.
Yeah.
No, this was an SOC game. Been a long time since they've lost an SOC contest. 36-35 in overtime against Waverly.
That was a huge, huge game for them.
Sure was. And like I say, overtime, the way that game played out, it went back and forth, back and forth. Coach Woodward talked about that game a little bit today and was just saying, you know, it was kind of a back and forth kind of game, and you almost felt like the last team to have the ball was going to win. And Waverly, they just had the guts to go for 2 in overtime. And well-devised play. They ran all the receivers to the right side and snuck one over the middle to the opposite side, and he was there all alone. You know, so Coach talked about assignment football, and his young Wheelersburg Pirates have got to learn to stay home, stay with your man, don't get brushed, and that kind of thing. And you know, it was a learning experience, as everything is. Greg again trying to run over the left side. West doing a great job of bottling them up on the ground.
You know, I'm really proud of the Senators on this.
Yeah,
I mean,
playing very well.
They are. I mean, their defense is really stout.
Mm-hmm. Yep, doing a phenomenal job out there. Greg again in the pistol this time. Quick pass out there. Did a good job of running the corner off and then coming back to the ball. That's Matthew Miller, who's back into the game. So he's gotten over his injury there.
Sticks are moving. Less than 2 minutes on the clock.
Greg back to the pistol. He will hand. That's Lattimore. He's going to run over the right side. He's going to pick up a lot there. Eli Swords is actually the carrier.
Luke Roden and Carl Howard on the stop.
Just looking to see what Lattimore's first name was.
Derek.
Derek. I wonder if that's Danny Lattimore's
5'8", 195 pounds.
Man.
Derek Lattimore, and I believe his brother Eric plays on this team as well.
Do you remember Danny Lattimore from Portsmouth?
Well, and I coached a Derek Lattimore.
Did you?
Years ago in junior high.
I think Danny
or
Lattimore
coached against him, I should say.
Out in Portsmouth, just graduated last year.
Swing pass, Swords, and grabbed by the ankles.
I love the way they just wrap them up from the ankles. Like they turn into anchors.
That's right. Will not let go. That's number 12 out there, Ashton Kleiber, the junior.
Well, I hate to say it, but they can't let this Wheelersburg team here in kicking distance.
Yeah, Braxton Salmons, I mean, he won't miss.
No.
That was a nice kick last time, and he's well within his range.
4th and 1, they're going to go for it.
Right hash got a lot of field there on the left side. Look how far they've split that receiver out there.
They sure
As
have.
they go to a break on 4th and 1, shall we?
We shall.
Okay.
We'll be right back.
Wheelersburg Cinema has been entertaining the area for over 40 years with the latest movie releases. Our friendly staff will treat you like family from the minute you walk in to buy a ticket. Our snack bar has all your favorites, especially the fresh popcorn. Show up early and have some fun in the arcade, or just head on in to get the best seats in the house. Bring the whole family and enjoy the personal touches from this locally owned and operated cinema. Wheelersburg Cinema, 8805 Ohio River Road in Wheelersburg.
Wow.
And we're back. 50 seconds left on the clock as the Pirates are 4th and 1 here on the 22-yard line. This is it's one of those go-for-it events.
Yep, big play right here. They're going to go for that first down rather than kick the field goal. Sam is certainly capable. Very, very tight offense here. They're going to actually spill out of that and throw a pass down the middle, and that will be incomplete. So they bunched, made it look like that's going to be a quarterback sneak or at worst a fullback dive, and then they tried to leak their big tight end out there to no avail, and Wee-Man Anderson down there. There it is again. There it is again. All 5'7" of him up there to make the play. He's everywhere. He's everywhere.
Well, that puts the Senators with 44 seconds left in this first half to try to do something.
Well, now they're going to have to throw the ball and try to make a big play, but also make sure they run the timeout. And so they will do so by handing the ball off. And nothing there. Bishop trying to make something of nothing and not even a lane to cut back.
No.
That's the discipline that we talked about earlier with this Wheelersburg Pirate football team. You know, when you stretch a play out there, you have to take that pursuit angle and make sure that you don't leave any cutback lanes. Did a great job of closing down there.
It sure did. And the clock is still ticking as the Senators are kind of letting it run down a little bit.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the final play of this first half, Chuck.
Well, yep, they're all starting to walk off, so
that'll do. We'll
go ahead and take a break. Thanks for joining us here for Halloween Bowl 2020, and we'll be back with halftime right after this.
Credit Union has been named a Best in State Credit Union by Forbes magazine. Measured by trustworthiness, digital products, branch services, and member satisfaction, Forbes ranks Atomic among the top 2.5% of the best banks and credit unions in the U.S. Atomic Credit Union offers 13 local branches as well as online and mobile banking. To learn more about Atomic, visit our website at www.atomiccu.com.
Make this spring all about enjoying the experience. When you ride on your new Ferris commercial mower featuring patented suspension technology, you'll have more than freshly manicured grass. You'll experience productivity and comfort like never before. And because you won't be slowing down for those rough spots, you'll mow more lawn in less time. Ferris, experience suspension.
Stop by Staker Sales and Service today and see what Ferris can do for you. 1424 9th Street in Portsmouth.
You've been to one, you've been to some, now you're here, you're done. Think you can survive the RC Haunted Asylum? Enter our House of Horrors to test your courage or run screaming in fear. Located at 20 Antique Loop in South Shore, Kentucky, just follow the signs. Or screams. Admission is $10 per person and parking is free. We're open from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. Plenty of time to terrify. See you there, if you dare.
Looking for fun for the whole family? Why not try Spare Time Recreation in Ironton, where you can bowl, skate, or play laser tag in a safe, friendly environment. Spare Time Recreation has been a local institution for fun since 1994.
Halloween is almost here, and now is the perfect time to start looking for a spooktacular Halloween experience. The Big Red Barn across from the U.S. Grant Bridge in South Shore, Kentucky is open now. We have costumes and makeup from gruesome to giddy, gross to gags, and great prices 25% cheaper than any big store. While you're here, take a walk through our haunted house or try out our virtual haunted experience. Stop in today and get your ghoul on. Big Red Barn Halloween store, open now.
Has this ever happened to you? Okay, maybe not, but if it does, Tri-State Cell Phone Repair, formerly known as All Cracked Up, in Wheelersburg can fix it. We repair broken screens, busted phones, and damaged tablets. If you can break it, we can fix it. We also buy and sell used phones, as well as offering a variety of cases and cell phone accessories in our store. So if you've got a phone that needs fixing, give us a call today. Tri-State Cell Phone Repair in Wheelersburg.
Are you ready to get on the right path for your future? At Scioto County Career Technical Center, you will be, with exciting new options in advanced manufacturing, robotics, 3D design, CNC, PLC, and CAD. We are providing the tools to inspire the problem solvers of tomorrow. Create, design, automate, and model virtually anything from scratch. It's all waiting for you at Scioto County Career Technical Center. For more information, visit us online at sciototech.org.
Scioto Tech.
Are you tired of wasting time, money, and fuel getting the same results? Would you like to know how to get the most out of your racing engine? Do what real race drivers do. Get your engine on a dynamometer. Call Kogan's Competition Engines today and stop wasting money guessing and losing races. With over 40 years experience, Kogan's can help you maximize your performance on the track. Kogan's realizes that if you know how your engine runs best, then you can focus on driving. Welcome back to the Donnie Martin Heating and Air Halftime Report. I'm Chuck Jones here with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team as we bring you all the action here in Game 6, our final season game. If you look on the screen there, you'll see the nice Halloween moon there.
Yeah.
We've got coming over the hills.
Oh,
cookie crisp. Sometimes I just can't help it. Anyway, we're in the Donnie Martin Heating and Air Halftime Report. Jay, tell us about the first half of the ball.
That'll be the last time Andy tells you to do something.
I know.
Oh, man. So, yeah, let's talk about the first half and try to forget what he just said. So with 8:35 to go there in the first quarter, Jake Gregg throws to Matthew Miller for a 30-yard touchdown reception, and the extra point is good by Braxton Salmons. In the second quarter, 4:53 to go, Salmons kicks a 30-yard field goal with about 5 yards to spare. He had a lot of leg to that, and then again, just about a minute later, Salmons kicks a 38-yard field goal, proving he could have made it from a little bit further out. He's good from about 45. So he's got a good leg, and your score there at halftime, 13-0. West got the ball down within the 30-yard line a couple of times and just kept shooting themselves in the foot. You know, losing yardage, getting penalties, and one of the things that Coach Johnson talked about, he says, you know, we just can't make mistakes. You know, we can't fumble the ball, we can't turn it over. And what was he says specifically? You got to be mistake-free. No self-inflicted wounds.
There we go. Well, you know, it's funny. If you're just joining us and you didn't catch the first part of the game, is that better? If you're just joining us and you didn't catch the first part of the game, the score up there is 13-0, you know, which looks like it's 2 touchdowns and an extra point.
Right.
But it's not. Those are 13 hard-fought points.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I mean, 6 of those points were from field goals.
Yep.
And that's uncommon for the Berg team.
Wheelersburg has had to struggle to get the ball down the field other than that first drive. The first drive they had, they made it look easy.
They did.
And then from that point on, West has just been stout defensively. They made it very difficult for him to get down the field.
I haven't seen Berg have to punt this many times in years.
Yeah. Well, I mean
the first half.
Evidence there in the second quarter, twice inside the 20, one time inside the 10, they had to go with a field goal.
Yeah.
They weren't able to score.
Exactly.
So
this West defense is stout.
They really have played very well tonight, that's for sure. So coming out this second half, Wheelersburg is going to get first opportunity here as West kicks off. But we'll see what that West defense can do. Mark of great coaches, we'll see it on both sides of the ball, is those changes that they make at halftime.
That's true, Jay. That's absolutely true.
So Hazelbaker with the kick, and it's going to be not really an onside kick, but a pooch, and a whole lot of bouncing going on. Matthew Miller getting it, and he's just going to go down there at the 20-yard line.
You know, I couldn't tell. Did one player get the ball and hand it off to the other?
No, it just kind of bounced
sure
up in
looked that
front
way.
of him. Yeah, they kind of made a decision the last second who was going to get it. Talking about Matthew Miller, he missed all last year with a ruptured spleen. And then last week he didn't play because of COVID contact. Didn't have it, but he had contact with somebody who did, and he proved negative with it. So able to play in the game tonight.
You know, huge challenges for so many teams right now with the COVID issues.
Yeah. Nice run there, able to step out of a couple of tackles there, and that's number 26 for the Pirates.
Williams, the ball carrier.
And that's Carson Williams. Carson Williams, we talked about school records, and you can see it on that bergfootball.com, but they do, and I do the same thing with my PE class, is how many push-ups can you do in a minute?
Really?
Okay? And Carson Williams, 93.
Wow. That is impressive.
Yeah. As Williams again on the right side, Kleiber's going to make the stop there on the boundary, but that will move the sticks for the Pirates.
That's
fresh new set of downs.
That's over 1.5 push-ups per
Well,
second.
and Eli Sword's another one of their players down there, 91. So those two are in the top 10 of that particular category that they have on that website.
That is impressive.
Very interesting. Left side, very quick, Lattimore.
Wow. Did you see that?
He almost outran his own legs.
The number 9 for the Senators just kind of chopped him.
Yep.
Stopped by Luke Bradford.
So that's Luke Bradford coming in from his safety position. And defensively, they changed things up a little bit. As you know, Bradford went up against Drew Skaggs when they played in Memphis. He went up against Waverly's Futhy, their best receiver. And tonight, they moved him to safety.
Well, you know, it's a little perilous when you're going up against Luke Bradford.
Yeah. Perilous. Perilous. I got to give it to you on that. I like that. West having a little bit more success running the football now. As
you mean Pirates?
Pirates, yes, as Lattimore gets pushed out of bounds there at the 45-yard line. And they're making their hay on the outside. Tackle to tackle, not so much against this West defense, but now they're starting to use that speed to get around the edge. Working out pretty good for them.
It is.
45-yard line now, 1st and 10. Just over 10 minutes remaining here in this third. And a quick pass again to that outside. A bunch of moves, and my gosh, he almost got away from 3 defenders out there. And that's Miller again. Showing some of that quick feet.
He is.
Brandon Potter and Luke Bradford on the stop. 2nd down, Pirates.
Bradford again on the stop, and that was one of the reasons why Coach Ben Johnson put him out there. He wanted him to be able to see the field and help everywhere. Up the middle, again, Bradford with another stop. And Bradford basically had to get 2 inches off the ground, submarine, to get to the ankles to bring the big back down.
Well, they're making it look easy now, like they did on that very first drive.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm surprised it's popping up so late in the game.
At some point, you start to wear down. We talked about that physical offensive line of Wheelersburg, and another decent-sized hole there. That's 23 for West that brings him down. Sissel. And Weggers was on that stop as well. So now 2nd and 6 as Wheelersburg kind of hurries this offense up too. Right now, the tempo is where Wheelersburg would like to have it. Okay, so they would have had too many men on the line of scrimmage had Miller not backed up there in the slot. And another big hit right there. Who is that?
23.
That's Sissel, 23. The sophomore, 5'11", 186. He doesn't play like a sophomore.
No.
He plays like a senior.
He's locking him up quick.
He sure does. He hits you, you remember it.
3rd and 5 for the Pirates.
And they'll treat this as 2 plays to get 5 yards. They will go for it on 4th down. They're too far out for a field goal. And they get West to jump.
They did.
And that's just doing the little things right You got to watch the football. You don't go till it budges, and Wheelersburg trapped them into really – it didn't get them the first down, but they're probably a foot away.
Yeah.
Rob Woodward, 125 and 26. He has an .837 winning percentage over his 13-year career.
That's hefty.
Whole lot of victories up there in Ed Miller Stadium as the handoff goes to Lattimore, and he easily churns out that foot plus about 3.
So that puts it back to the 1st and 10.
First down, Pirates.
So we talked a little bit about, can West get back here and what hangs in the balance? Well, oddly enough, nothing hangs in the balance. If they were to beat Wheelersburg tonight, there would be no change in the SOC. Waverly has already done that, so Waverly would be your SOC champions. And they've already figured out the playoff situation, so Wheelersburg is going to have a bye, as West will go to Chesapeake, and Lattimore now that's Swords over to the right side. He's brought down by Tilley there. West will play Chesapeake next Saturday.
Yeah.
Correct?
Correct.
And the winner of that game will play this Wheelersburg Pirate team at Ed Miller Stadium.
That is huge.
I believe they had the same situation last year where they thought that West might have to play Wheelersburg again the following week after Wheelersburg had beat them by 7 touchdowns or something like that. And fortunately, that didn't play out like that. Tackle in the backfield. And that is 23 Sissel again.
Blake Richardson, the ball carrier.
Sissel playing big, just 5'11", knifing into that backfield, and West doing a good job throughout most of this game of getting really good penetration, stopping plays before they get to the line of scrimmage. Lattimore set to the right now. Miller in motion. It'll go to Lattimore. He gets stopped right at the line of scrimmage again. That was a counterplay. Little trap block there. He was trying to come back, and a whole lot of West Senators there was there to greet him. Sissel again on that stop.
Stopped by Wyatt Weghorst.
As was Wyatt Weghorst, defensive tackle.
Brings up third down, Pirates.
Third and a whole long to go. 9 yards, quick pass out to the side, and very well timed out there as Brandon Anderson makes contact on Miller, and Miller's down again, slow to get up. He's going to come off the field, and I feel like he might be a little woozy as that ball goes off his hands and brings up a 4th down situation, and we're going to see Braxton Salmons again with another field goal attempt. That's that snap, crackle, and pop. Snappers Hunter Thomas, Casey Doer, the holder, and Salmons. They've been together since the 7th grade. Let's see if they can work together again here to get another 3 on the board. From 30 yards out, the kick is low, and this time, no good.
So the ball turns over, and we'll get ready for the horn. I knew that was coming.
That was a short blast there.
It was.
Yeah.
So that puts the ball back in the Senators' hands. Still 5:50 left to go in the 3rd period. Only 13 points on the board. I mean, it's still anybody's ballgame.
I mean, we'll see if the Senators can legislate some scoring here.
That's true. That's true. They might be able to.
What did he say?
Andy's making political jokes.
Yes. I believe it was a couple of years ago that we went through a whole long list of political terms.
Wasn't say we did.
Yes.
And then there was a season that we literally had to name every group, like the tribe of Indians.
Yes.
All kinds of stuff. I don't think we ever came up with anything for the tartans, though.
Well, I don't know, the plaids.
Huh? Oh, it should have
been. The clan.
It would have been the clan.
Yes. My old tartans, the old alma mater. One of the old buildings that still stands. Pass out to Luke Bradford, and again, hoping that he could get that defender to miss him as he goes inside, and Wheelersburg just does a good job there as Josh Clark, the junior, brings him down instantly. Still a gain of a few, third and about 6 now remain. And West, even though we're midway through the third quarter, I feel like they desperately need to move the sticks here.
They do.
They've got to get on the board. They've got to feel confident offensively, and they just haven't been able to do much of that tonight.
No, they haven't. I mean, they've had some big plays, but they've just not worked out after that.
Yeah. Big matchup. They're looking at Bradford again. This time, he had to run out of that pocket. Mitchell Irwin, he saw that the pocket was going to collapse around him and was on the move early. He didn't get a chance to see anybody, but Bradford was going to be the primary target there. Josh Clark doing a really good job of kind of keeping Bradford at bay.
Brandon Potter on to punt it away. Matthew Miller deep.
So Brandon Potter now for the Senators. Long snappers Carl Howard. Matthew Miller deep. He will stand at the 46-yard line awaiting the kick. And kind of a half-hearted wave there. It will go out of bounds there. And that side judge is making his way down there. I think that's Jeff Berry. He's going to spot it at the 35-yard line. And the Wheelersburg Pirates go back to work.
They do. Well, Jay, it's starting to get a little chilly out.
It's getting a little nippy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But not like it usually is when this game is played.
That's true. Usually
October 31st or 30th or whatever date it drops on.
Yeah.
There is no comparison.
No.
So.
No, it had a beautiful moon out tonight. We showed you guys at halftime.
Yeah, perfect for the Halloween Bowl.
Harvest moon.
Yeah. Absolutely. Lattimore out to the right side as Greg looks for someone. West does a really good job of bottling up all the receivers, and that will go in the books as a sack there. Brandon Potter running the quarterback Greg out of bounds for a 3-yard loss, and the Senators doing a good job of coverage downfield there, Chuck.
They sure are. 3:27 on the clock left in this third period. 2nd and 12. Actually, I think it's a little more than 12.
Yeah,
but
I'm going to call it 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's 13. Unlucky 13.
Ooh, stopped fast.
Hey, Friday the 13th.
That's true.
Halloween Bowl.
That's true. Today is the 13th, huh?
So there you go. 3rd and 12 now. It's not the 13th.
I know.
No, it is not.
No, it is not. That's a couple weeks away.
Stopped by Luke Roden.
Luke Roden on the stop there. 3rd now and about 11. Gain of roughly 2. Pirates looking to move the chains here. And again.
Senators move it for them.
Yeah. A couple of times now that the Senators have been jittery at the snap. Just really eager to get in the backfield and make a play. And they've done a good job of getting in the backfield. Getting that good penetration and many times stopping the ball before they ever get started with the Pirates.
True.
Greg Quick this time looking downfield. It is caught by Miller, but they're going to stop him short of the sticks.
They sure
and
are.
I would assume that they will punt this thing out of there. So Arthur with the catch.
Brought down by Ryan Sissel.
4th and 2. As we hear the eerie, ominous.
Yes. Little AC/DC. It's electric. And they will go for this. 4th and a couple on the wrong side of the 50. Big play for West if they can get him. And they're going to do it. It will be well short of the first down marker. And here come the horns.
Wow, that was a long one. Really? They had to give us one more?
Oh, man. You ever gone to a concert and sat in front of the speaker?
I feel like I have.
I'm getting a little deja vu here.
Yeah, something.
So what a big stop there by the middle of the defense there. And stopping Lattimore or Swords, whoever it was that carried the ball. Wheelersburg with 3 down linemen.
Senators looking for somebody.
Irwin with a little bit of time to look as a result. And we're going to have a pass interference there on the sideline unless they say that ball was not catchable. And I'd say that's probably a pretty good argument. I don't think it was.
Looked like he aimed for the target on the top of the stick.
Yeah. Well, it kind of does look like a target, doesn't it?
Yeah.
You know, bullseye. So that ball was high and well behind the receiver as Irwin was on the run there, even though Wheelersburg only sent 3.
Well, good thing for West is that stopped the clock again.
But again, great field position. This is what they've done before. And instead of going forward, they went back 10. And now you've really put yourself between the rock out here in a hard place as far as what you can choose from your playbook. Motion left side by Sissel. Irwin looking. He's hit as he throws, and he'll pick up 5 there with the completion. And that's to number 2, Diamante Staggs. Or is it Skaggs?
So that makes it 3rd and 4.
It is Skaggs. Skaggs, a 6'1", 145-pound sophomore, and a nice catch there on the sideline. But now 3rd and 5 remaining.
Looking
right away. They're going to go down the sideline to Luke Bradford, and a nice catch there on the sideline.
Big play by huge play by the Senators as they get down to the 10-yard line. Huge.
Yeah, very well-placed fade pattern there. You throw to the outside shoulder, and Luke Bradford did a great job of reeling that in.
He did.
Big first down for the Senators, and they've been waiting for this opportunity. They've been down here a couple of times, and they've shot themselves in the foot both times. This time, let's see if those Senators can get in. Hit in the backfield, and that's not a good sign, not the way you start.
No.
So we had a defender there for the Pirates that just knifed through, made contact right there in the backfield, and just blew that up. No sticks over there, so it's goal to go. 14 yards out, and goal to go are the Senators. 2 receivers to the bottom of your screen. And again, the same thing.
Wow.
And I think it might have been the same player, and they're just stunning as 26 for Wheelersburg. Carson Williams, the inside linebacker,
He's just plowing
rushes through the A gap, and nobody there to stop him.
Yeah, nobody.
So they are going the wrong direction now. Lost 12 yards from the original line of scrimmage.
I think that was their plan. They wanted to lull the Pirates into a false sense of security.
They wanted more field to work with, perhaps.
That's it.
Well, they're going to call a timeout and talk about this because this is a really good opportunity for them to put some points on the board. As we end the 3rd quarter, it's not a timeout. They will discuss this.
That's it. We'll be back right after this.
In 1916, Warren Miller chose auto owner's insurance. Later, his son made the same choice, as did his grandson. And today, his great-granddaughter did the same. As we reflect on where we've been, we're grateful to our independent agents and to those who have put their trust in us, and to the generations who will. Auto Owners Insurance. Powell Insurance Agency in New Boston is your local independent auto owners insurance agency.
And welcome back. The Halloween Bowl 2020, as Zone Sports brings you all the action right here. Big sponsor tonight on the Halloween Bowl is the Big Red Barn Halloween Store and Haunted House. Right across the bridge there, or right across the U.S. Grant Bridge in Kentucky, up on the hill. Stop in if you get a chance. They've got Halloween items at great prices.
Tis the season.
Tis the season.
Tis the season to be spooky.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
Third and a whole bunch.
I'm telling you. Big pass. Big
22,
pass.
they're going to throw to the end zone.
Oh.
And that looked like there was some holding back there.
That looked like pass interference.
It sure did. That was Matthew Miller out there on the coverage. And who is that coming back? Luke Bradford. Looked to me like he had his left shoulder.
It did.
And that ball would have been catchable.
Mm-hmm.
So a whole lot of fans on this side yelling about lack of a flag there. I believe I saw it from my vantage point.
Andy says he saw it from his too.
Well, you gotta like some of the fans.
I do. They're awesome.
Well, that's got to be frustrating for the staff now. What should have been a touchdown there.
Yeah. It was
not
close.
allowed,
Yeah.
and now 4th and 22. Got to go for this. Coming off the edge, he's getting chased from behind. He's going to get stopped right there. Big sack. Number 7 for Wheelersburg hunts him down. That's Kenny Sanderlin, the 6'2 sophomore.
So stopped at the 30-yard line, and the ball turns over.
Well, that's an unfortunate order of events there, as
Sure
West probably should have had a touchdown there, and I got to say, I think the Stripes took it away from them.
I think so.
At least the opportunity to have the ball at the 1-yard line,
Mm-hmm.
and 4 opportunities to score. So that'll take the wind out of your sails, that's for sure, as the Pirates now take over again, starting at their 30-yard line. 11:51 to go in this contest. Quick pitch. Lattimore, right side, cut down. Check that, it was Swartz.
So let's mention some of our sponsors again tonight. I want to thank Cottle Trailer Sales out in Wheelersburg, as well as Supreme Pest Control. Also want to thank AJ's Auto Sales here on the west side. Big thanks to Arky and the gang. Want to thank Coleman Lawn and Gardens, as they are big supporters out here, as well as Tires R Us. We also want to thank the Buckeye.
Draw play, and he could go. Let's see if they can catch him. And he's going to get in.
He did.
And there was some blocking downfield there that looked a little questionable, as Brandon Anderson, he had the angle and was closing in on him. I think he might have got blocked from behind there,
well,
but no flag. Wheelersburg did a little bit of extracurricular there in the end zone, didn't they?
Well, what was so funny is
after the touchdown.
Yeah. Did you see Anderson got pushed there, the block?
Yeah.
And it literally propelled him farther. He almost caught the
the
runner. With that,
actually almost got there, didn't he?
Yeah.
So Lattimore's going to go the distance. That was a long one right there.
Sure was.
So fourth quarter, 11:04, and the Pirates put just their second touchdown on the board. They will go for 2 here. 3 backs to the left. Lattimore will carry the ball into the end zone, and it will be good. Check that. That's not Lattimore. That's Sanderlin.
Well,
So the extra point is good.
That makes the score 21-0 with 11 minutes to go in this ball game. And we'll be right back after this.
Here that they could have.
And we're back to the Halloween Bowl 2020. Thanks for joining us. I'm Chuck Jones with Jay Miller and the whole Zone Sports team as we bring you the Halloween Bowl.
Just off a 70-yard touchdown run by Derek Lattimore, which put the Pirates up 21-0 with 11 minutes to go. That pretty much spells disaster for the home West Senators. Be pretty tough for them to get back into this contest as they've had really struggled offensively trying to get points on the board. So now needing 3 touchdowns in a very short period of time, not looking too good for the home team.
That's true. Some more sponsors on tonight's game. We want to thank Weaver's Gas and Oil, as well as Thompson Petroleum. We want to thank Games Pharmacy here on the west side, Barber's Auto Parts, as well as Quality Heating and Air, AJ's Auto Sales with Arky and the gang. Also want to thank Begon Pest Control, Mott's Pots, and Minix Giovanni's 2, as well as the Hammer Melcher Funeral Home, Money Concepts, Harris Floor Covering, Larry Moore Sporting Goods, and the Spare Time Bowling Alley up in Ironton.
Bishop going up there, tough catch to attempt to make, just outside, just out of bounds, but made a heck of an effort. Senators putting the ball up in the air a little bit here, trying to, scratch their way back into this game. To have an opportunity to be in a position to perhaps tie it, they got to really move the ball quickly. So you wouldn't think they'd run it too much, and now they probably will. And they do. Not successfully. Big loss there. Wheelersburg just collapsing the right side there.
Hunter Brown on the carry.
Hunter Brown losing a bunch, about 3 yards there, close to 4. The incomplete pass on first down. That brings up third now and 13 or 14.
Now, Jay, we talked about earlier in the night, I don't think it was on camera, but first playoff game that West faces is against Chesapeake.
Yeah, we did. We did mention that. They're going to play Chesapeake, and then the winner of that game will play this very same Wheelersburg Pirates team. They tried the middle screen there, and linebackers did a good job of staying home there.
So there's a big possibility that these two teams could play again.
They could.
In 2 weeks.
Yeah, at Ed Miller Stadium.
Right, because I think Wheelersburg gets a bye in the first round. Some more sponsors on tonight's ball game we want to thank. We want to thank All Her Creations out across from Glockner Honda Toyota. Also Hall's Auto Parts and Roger Hemming Construction here on the west side. Want to thank Quality Heating and Air and Ryan Salmon State Farm Agency, as well as Barber Auto Parts, Field of Dreams Collectibles, and Adams Flying Pig Coffee Shop there in Wheelersburg.
Potter's punt, it'll go to the 49-yard line, kind of bounces right up into Luke Bradford's hands. So he will down it there. And Wheelersburg with 9.5 to go in this game, pretty much just salting this one away. And I was wrong on the last possession, so I would say, I'd probably just run the football here and kind of end this thing. They'll probably pass. They do not. They run, and they could go all the way. Let's see if the speed can get there. And he's not able to elude Luke Bradford. However, there is a flag on the play back here at the line of scrimmage. So this play is more than likely coming back. Bradford's played his guts out down there.
Boy, he is.
There again, Coach Johnson said they moved him from the cover corner, whoever Wheelersburg's best receiver is. Okay, they just horned a penalty. Lordy May.
Lordy May.
And they put Luke Bradford in the middle of the field so he could help both sides of the field. He's got good vision. And Coach Johnson didn't feel like there was any one receiver that Wheelersburg had that was any better than the rest. So he felt like that would be the good move to make. And Luke Bradford's been on a lot of tackles up the middle, too. So
sure has.
It was a good move. Good coaching decision there by Johnson. Done a lot to stack them up against the run. So Wheelersburg with that penalty, and now the subsequent short yardage play, they're got a long way to go. 2nd and 25 is their remainder. Craig back to pass, throws to the right side. Going to rely on a move there and just a missed block by Miller out there in the flats. And Lattimore or Swords with nowhere to go. Swords number 23, a junior.
A few more sponsors tonight. We want to thank Blackburn Pharmacy there in New Boston, as well as the Riverside Cafe in Portsmouth. Some of the best breakfast you'll ever get there at the Riverside Cafe. Also want to thank Cogan's Competition Engines and All Seasons Heating and Air, as well as Rallies and Gaddy's Pizza.
Another screen to the right side, and West just doing a fantastic job of stepping up in there.
Here's that number 12 again, Ashton Kleiber.
So Kleiber there on the stop from his outside linebacker position. They adjust out to that side with the linebacker covering the back out of the backfield, and just did a good one-on-one tackle. So West able to stop Wheelersburg and put them into punt formation. 4th and a long ways to go. Sammons is the punter as well. He will kick from the 25-yard line, a high punt, end over end, and it's going to have a little bit of bounce. It's going to take it down close to, let's say, the 22-yard line. So the West Senators taking over right there. Now with 7:13 to go, down 3 scores, they're going to have a little bit of magic now.
They are. Some more sponsors. We want to thank Minix Oil Change there in Wheelersburg, as well as Minix Giovanni's number 1. I want to thank Daler's Funeral Home, as well as Staker Sales and Service. I want to thank Wagner Rental, all the Wagner boys down there in New Boston. Bob and Floyd Tire Sales. We'll also thank the Wheelersburg Cinema, the UPS Store, Tri-State Security, Sunspot Tanning, the Southern Ohio Medical Center, as well as Smith Drugs and Shawnee State University.
Gunnar Brown on the carry.
I want to thank you all for joining us tonight and every night throughout the football season as we bring you all the action that we can each week. We've had some great matches this year, even though it's been a short regular season, and we'll start on playoffs next week.
Well, we've had the great opportunity of watching this West team play now 3 times, twice here, and we always give a big thank you to we got a sack there in the backfield.
Yeah, we do.
But big thank you to those who make us feel at home out here at the Rock.
Yep, they sure do. They treat us well out here. Super nice people. Some other sponsors, we want to thank the Atomic Credit Union, as well as the Barrett Murphy Insurance Agency, Dan Cassidy and the gang, Hope Stores Treatment Center, the Portsmouth Cinema 8, the Portsmouth Public Library, the Powell Insurance Agency, Roger W. Davis Funeral Home out here on the west side, the Scioto County Career and Technical Center, and the Desco Federal Credit Union. Big thanks to all those sponsors for all the games that they help bring you each week throughout the season.
That was number 57, Ethan Eisen, the 6 foot, 220-pound senior on the sack.
We got us a flag.
And a little bit of laundry on the field. That will go against the Senators and back them up even more. They've been well behind the chains on several instances tonight. Sure makes it tough. You got to go back to the back of the playbook to find something that will pick you up to 25.
That's true.
And now third and a whole lot. Passing over the middle to Bradford to his left shoulder. It gets through, but he wasn't going to pick more than 7 or 8 up there.
No.
And that's going to bring us fourth down either way. And the West Senators will punt that thing out of there. And you never know, this could be their last possession ever in this stadium for these seniors who are leaving the program.
No, it won't. Because they got playoff here next week.
Are they playing here?
Yeah, they're playing
Chesapeake's playing here?
Chesapeake's playing here.
Okay, well, good for them.
Yep.
Good for them.
Yep, so they at least get one more game.
Okay. I tell you, I get nostalgic for these seniors.
I know.
I know how it is, and I've seen it a lot, through the years, and it's very emotional. You think these kids are just, tough, Nah, you take something away from them that means something. I mean, they cry like babies in that locker room after that last game's over.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a chapter that closes that you don't want to turn the page.
That's true. I don't know. I looked like he did.
I'll tell you what, some of these fair catches that I've seen as far as the wave hasn't been much of a wave. It's supposed to go all the way over and back.
Oh, really?
And it's barely been a wave. It's been a hello from a distance. It's like, hey, how you doing? I plan on catching this. Don't hit me.
So
no, I can hear Bailey from here, but not well enough to hear what he said. But I could hear him. So penalty against Wheelersburg, as they will wait for the sticks to settle over there. Handoff, cut inside, and the back will get to the 45-yard line. He is pummeled there by quite a few black shirts. Oh, my goodness.
They're getting excited down there in the fan sections, aren't they?
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Well, I believe that was Case Dyer with the carry. Picked up 2 or 3. And this time, the fake, Greg will keep it. He's going to take it the rest of the way. Pick up about 10 there. And first down for the Pirates at the 44-yard line. Under 5 minutes to play now in this 21-0 game.
That's true.
Handoff inside, quick cut back inside, knack out to the side. Fast down the sideline. Can he get in? He's going to get caught from behind. And that's number 13 for the Wheelersburg Pirates.
Looks like he was stopped about the 5-6 yard line. They do.
Making his way down there.
Really?
So Case Dyer there on the carry, and he picks up a big chunk. And again, now carrying inside about the 5-yard line, very close to the goal line, just about got in there.
Yeah, he did.
Down to 4.
Case Dyer on the carry.
West fans are getting a little bit frustrated.
Rambunctious, yes.
Should the score remain, this is the least amount of points that Wheelersburg has put up on anybody this season. Very tight offensive formation there. Greg over the right side. He's going to be stood up, and not before he breaks the plane. And the Wheelersburg Pirates will score again. Now 27-0, awaiting the extra point.
3:39 left in this ball game.
And that was just a quarterback keeper. Student body right, where Jake Gregg goes over the top. Stood up there, but was able to break the plane now. 3:39 in the fourth and final period. Sam is lined up for the kick.
Big kick.
And it is good.
It's almost out to the buses.
Yeah.
So that makes it 28-0 as the Pirates lead the Senators. We'll take a quick break, and we'll be right back after this.
Here at the Roger W. Davis Funeral Home, we are not only here for you in your time of need, but we're also here to help our neighbor, to serve our community, and to help guide our youth. We do our best each day to make our area a great place to call home, and each year we give you a time to gather and remember your loved ones. To all area teams in the upcoming sports season, remember, the difference between impossible and possible lies in your determination. Good luck from all of us at the Roger W. Davis Funeral Home.
And we're back. 3:39 left on the clock. 28-0 as the Pirates lead the Senators in the 2020 Halloween Bowl. Jay, you were just talking about Wheelersburg's points this season.
Yep.
And you said the lowest they've scored this year has been 31. Is
yes.
that correct?
Yep. First game of the season at Chillicothe, they scored 31 points to their 0. So, you know, if there is any consolation, West can come away and say, you know what, they put up 28 against us, but that's the least that anybody gave up all year.
That's true.
If it stays this way.
If it stays this way. There's 3:33 left to go, and honestly, anything can happen.
Halloween Bowl, at least it's not 666.
That's true. That's true.
Not possible.
At least it's not 6 degrees. You know?
Yeah, well, that's a fact. I'll tell you what, this is hard to do when you're chattering teeth, you know? So it's balmy tonight compared to your typical Halloween Bowl.
That's true.
Out here on the west side. Handoff straight up the middle, and they fumbled. And this could potentially lead to another Wheelersburg score.
Who's coming up? And it's Wheelersburg.
And it is picked up by number 23 for the Pirates, Eli Swords, the junior.
Well,
Eli Swords is one of many. Swords, Kenny Sanderlin, Mason Montgomery, Will Whitley, all of them maintain a 4.0 grade average in school.
Really?
Of course, academics very important.
As we said earlier, following the game, the Halloween Bowl trophy will be passed to the winner, which currently looks like it'll be the Wheelersburg Pirates.
It does.
Who've actually held this for, I think, 9 years now.
Yeah.
It's been a while since West has had a team that could defeat the Pirates, as the Pirates have had a lot of good seasons in the last 9 years.
Hutchinson with the carry. Brandon Hutchinson. First time I've heard that name this evening. So got a few subs in the game. Jake Gregg remains. Bad handoff there. Busted play. And he'll just try to get to the sideline. And he'll be taken down there before he stops the clock. And that's number 12 out there doing a good job of putting that game to an end. And another Ashton Kleiber stop. He's had quite a few. Clock now down to 2:30-ish.
So immediately following the game, we'll be giving the trophy out. We won't have that on camera tonight, as we've had to change things due to the COVID restrictions and such.
I wondered. I kind of thought you might be making your way down there. But
yeah, normally I am by this point, but say with the COVID restrictions.
And a fumble there. Looks like West is going to get on that right about the 32-yard line. And another botched handoff. So Wheelersburg kind of implodes on this series, and West will take over there for one more possession. And, it'd be nice to see him get on the board, wouldn't it?
It would. It would be great.
So Sissel, Johnny on the spot there, getting that fumble recovery.
Quick reminder, visiting
Well, honestly, it would be good for the team just to get some points on the board, because if they take out Chesapeake next week and then face the Pirates again, it'd be nice to go in knowing you could at least score.
Well, you've got a moral victory here that they did a good job defensively, but offensively, they really need to generate something to help their confidence going into Chesapeake before they ever get to Wheelersburg.
That's true.
Yeah, if they lose to Chesapeake, that's all she wrote. Now, they have been in talks with several schools, some of them local. I won't say who they are yet because nothing's in ink. But with the playoffs the way they are this year, if you lose in the first or second round, then you have the opportunity to play more games up to a total of 10.
Yep.
And so West is in talks with schools about potentially doing that. You don't want to foretell your future, that you'll be out of the playoffs early, but by the same token, you want to kind of get the works in motion, to try to get some teams, maybe play a few more games.
Yep. I want to thank the UPS store tonight, as they are our Halloween Bowl trophy sponsor, have been for quite a few years. So big thanks out to Aaron Schmidt and the UPS store.
What can Brown do for you?
That's it. The tightest ship in the shipping business.
3rd and 9 now, approaching 1 minute before this Halloween Bowl concludes. Mitchell.
He's in trouble.
That's not Mitchell anymore, is it?
Irwin, the ball carrier.
It is Mitchell. Okay. Mitchell Irwin is still in there. The sophomore is racked up there for a loss.
Cole Frazier on the stop.
Got some subs in there. Cole Frazier, apparently the man there, bringing Irwin down for the loss of yardage. Now 4th and 11, and the clock is still ticking. There is no play clock. For some reason, the 40 is still standing still.
Yeah.
So
13 seconds.
They may just run it out.
Remember, just come around the track
and I believe that's what they're going to do. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1.
And that makes the game. So, on the Halloween Bowl 2020, the Portsmouth, or the Wheelersburg Pirates, rather, take the Halloween Bowl tonight against the West Senators. The score of 28-0. Big congratulations to them. And I guess we'll go ahead and take a break, and we'll come back with a wrap-up right after this.
Sounds good.
What attracted me to Shawnee was the academic program that I'm currently enrolled in is definitely helping me be better prepared for grad school. The class sizes really helps me interact with my professors. I'm currently in a marketing internship here at Shawnee with the internship, and the classes that I'm taking in the academic program is definitely helping me. I'm Shane, and I invite you to discover Shawnee State University for yourself. Visit discover.shawnee.edu.
1925 Smith Pharmacy and Home Medical has been here for you and your family with 3 convenient locations in Minford, South Webster, and Portsmouth. We can discuss your prescription and answer questions, as well as offer MedBox and free home delivery. We also have a drive-through and wait times of 15 minutes or less, so you can stay on schedule. With almost 100 years in business, come on into Smith Pharmacy and Home Medical today and see why a truly hometown pharmacy makes a difference.
As life goes by, things become more clear. The beauty of family, of just spending time, of a good walk in the woods.
At SOMC, we have one more thing we'd like to make clear. You.
Our All Clear Lung Cancer Screening Program can find lung cancer early. And with early detection, SOMC can get you all clear with radiation or surgical treatment.
I'm all clear.
Visit somc.org/allclear. Very good things are happening here.
Painting today is no longer about being a darker shade for an upcoming event. It's about how finding the right shade can spark something on the inside. It's about a personal glow that reflects a more positive outlook and being comfortable in your own skin. Because in the end, regardless of anyone else's opinion, when you like how you look, you feel better about a lot of things. Sunspot Tanning Salons. Find your favorite shade of you. Scream, call Supreme. Winter is over and spring is in the air, which leads to insects invading your home. When this happens, you need fast, reliable pest control services. Don't scream, call Supreme. Bugs are gross, and store-bought bug spray doesn't help. Don't scream, call Supreme. For a reliable solution, call the award-winning experts at Supreme Pest Control. When pests invade and insects start to bother you, don't scream, call Supreme.
Halloween is almost here, and now is the perfect time to start looking for a spooktacular Halloween experience. The Big Red Barn across from the U.S. Grant Bridge in South Shore, Kentucky is open now. We have costumes and makeup from gruesome to giddy, gross to gags, and great prices 25% cheaper than any big store. While you're here, take a walk through a haunted house or try out our virtual haunted experience. Stop in today and get your ghoul on. Big Red Barn Halloween store, open now.
And we're back. As you can see, Chase Conley is carrying away the Halloween Bowl trophy. He is a senior center for Wheelersburg, and he was one of the team captains to come pick up the trophy as they won tonight's Halloween Bowl. I want to have a big thanks out to McDonald's, as they are our wrap-up sponsor this evening. Big thanks out to them. And a big thanks to everybody out here who's joined us tonight and every Saturday throughout the football season. Jay, let's talk about tonight's game.
Well, Chase Conley, one of the big blocks up front, did a good job for Wheelersburg trying to get some yardage out there. West did a great job defensively, tackle to tackle, but Wheelersburg got outside of those tackles and picked up quite a bit of yardage tonight, didn't they?
They sure did.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, it was a good game.
It was.
I mean, for 3 quarters, it was a really good game.
Yeah.
The first half, it was an excellent game. I mean, what do you say? West had a great defense and an offense that just couldn't keep up.
Right.
You know, you want to recap anything?
You know, like Coach Johnson said, you know, we got to be mistake-free, and they weren't. And, you know, we can't have self-inflicted wounds. And unfortunately, a lot of those errors came inside the 30-yard line, the Wheelersburg 30-yard line, where the Senators had good opportunities to score, and then instead of going forward, they kept going backwards, getting sacked, getting penalties, and, you know, starting out 2nd and 20 and so on and so forth. It was just ugly anytime they got anywhere near the goal line. And as good a job as they did defensively of keeping Wheelersburg out of the end zone, again, the lowest point production Wheelersburg's had all year, that's how poorly they played when they had the ball in the red zone against Wheelersburg. So just unfortunate for the Senators tonight, and kudos to that Wheelersburg defense.
Yes.
They did a good job of keeping them out of the end zone.
They did.
There were a number of times, too, where West had them in situations defensively, and Wheelersburg was able to get them to jump off sides. So it's those little things that you just really got to take care of against a good football team. You got to be mistake-free.
You really do. You really do.
So
big game tonight. It was a fun game tonight. I mean, fun game to watch.
It was,
and really could have gone either direction for a lot of the game.
You know, even for 3 quarters, we kept on thinking, you know, West, if they can get on the board here, they might really be able to turn this thing, and it just didn't come to fruition. Let's look at the game as it played out. There in the first quarter, Jake Gregg, the quarterback from Wheelersburg, passed to Matthew Miller, 30-yard touchdown there, and Braxton Salmons kicked for the extra point. Salmons kicked 2 more field goals in the second quarter to make it 13-0 at halftime. One was from 30, the second was from 38. And then the third quarter, there was no score as West continued to play tough out there. With 11:04, the backbreaker, though, Derek Lattimore, the 5'8", very solid sophomore, 195 pounds with speed to burn, 70 yards. He takes it to the house. And then they give it to Sanderlin, a linebacker on defense, for the 2-point conversion. He's able to bowl his way into the end zone, and that kind of, you know, that evens things up there. And then your last score there, Jake Gregg, the quarterback, from a yard out, he's able to break the plane for that touchdown, the extra point kick. And so your final score tonight, Wheelersburg Pirates 28 and West unable to score.
Now, chances are 2 weeks, like we were talking about earlier, Wheelersburg and West may face off again.
They could be right back at it.
Yeah. So it'll be interesting to see how the next 2 weeks plays out.
Yeah.
And whether they do come head-to-head again, and what was learned, tonight for both teams.
No, I mean, right now, you kind of think of them as a safecracker, man. They had the numbers defensively tonight, to do what they had to get done. Really, they might have held them 21 points had they not turned the ball over down here in kind of a vain effort to get the ball down the field and score quickly.
Yeah.
So really, 21. They could put 21 points up.
They could.
The West Senators could. They've done it this year. So, as a matter of fact, the last 2 games that they won, they defeated Valley at home 28-14 and at Oak Hill, which is a good football team, 21-14. 21 points might have been enough.
Yeah.
Against this Wheelersburg team in regulation to make this a game. But Wheelersburg just they didn't allow it. And, West wasn't able to muster that up.
Well, the other interesting thing that will come to play is Wheelersburg gets a bye week this week.
That's right.
In the playoffs. So, will they come back energetic or will they come back lackadaisical?
Well, and I think it's really important for players like Matthew Miller, who got dinged up a couple of times out there tonight, to have a week off and get healthy. And I don't think Wheelersburg had any other injuries tonight, but that'll give them a chance to kind of, get the soreness out, and West will have to go out there and play a tough Chesapeake team.
That's true.
In between now and then.
That's true. Well, let's talk about the big collision of the game, brought to you by Monroe's Frame and Collision.
Yep.
Big thanks
Kevin Monroe down there.
Kevin Monroe and the gang.
Take care of all your needs, and he's
Deer
helped us a couple of times.
That's it. Deer hit. Fender bender, whatever it is, Monroe's Frame and Collision can help you out.
They do a super job down there. And the big collision of the game, I'm going to give it a number 12 for the West Senators. Ashton Kleiber, the 5'10", 187-pound junior, had a big hit there in the first half right down here about the 50-yard line. I think everybody went, ooh, afterwards.
That's
so
true.
Ashton Kleiber, not his only tackle of the game. By golly, we heard his name throughout the evening, but that was a big, big hit right there.
It sure was. It sure was. So moving along, we'll go to the big block of the game, brought to you by Portsmouth Block. For all your block, retaining walls, all that kind of masonry kind of needs, give them a shout. Big sponsors of high school sports throughout the area, so big thanks to them during this season. So who's our big block, Jay?
Well, our big block, and you would think the West won the game because I'm going West again here.
Yeah.
They kind of really won both sides of the ball, interior line play. I felt from this vantage point, Wheelersburg got all of their yardage going around the ends. They were forced to do that because West did a good job up front on both sides of the ball. And so Eli Tilley was another kid that you heard over and over with big stops defensively and then offensively opening some holes for those backs to get through. Hunter Brown had a pretty decent night tonight against Wheelersburg, as did Ryan Sissel. So number 63, the senior, 6'1", 198 pounds, Eli Tilley with your big block of the game.
And then finally, we want to talk about the Toro Loco player of the game.
My goodness, you could give it to a whole lot of different people. When you're looking at 28-0, it certainly has to be a Pirate. They had a lot of offensive production.
They sure did.
And when you look at the scoring, could it be the quarterback and Jake Gregg? He certainly managed the game very well. He had a touchdown himself. He had a long touchdown pass, 30 yards. Could it be Matthew Miller? He had some big plays defensively. Big catch down here, and he had a touchdown. We even talked about Braxton Salmons. He had extra point kicks, and he made 2 field goals.
Yeah.
So he had a big night. But I think the guy that you got to give to, anytime you can rip off a 70-yard touchdown and add that to the production that he had throughout the game, he was the guy they went to more often than not. They kind of shared the ball back there with Eli Swords, who had a very protective night as well. But I think our most valuable player, Toro Loco, would go to Mr. Derek Lattimore, the 5'8", 195-pound sophomore.
Huge
night. He leads the Pirates on the season with 424 yards coming into this contest and 4 touchdowns. So he adds another one to that touchdown list and a whole lot of yardage.
He sure does. Well, I tell you what, it's been a great game, and it's been a great season so far as we end regular season here with the 2020 Halloween Bowl. And next week we come back into playoffs. So we're going to go back to the boards and look and see who we can go watch.
Sure.
And we'll bring you guys that game right into your living rooms there on Saturday night, or actually it'll be Sunday night.
It will be Sunday night.
Playoff game is on Saturday.
Yep.
You know. So anyway, all that being said, I'm Chuck Jones.
Hey, this is Jay Miller.
And we're out of here.